Hello and welcome. It is time once again to try to fix something, and today on the workbench, an Xbox One S. I actually bought this as a set of two of them. They came together. I have not opened the other box here yet, but should be another one of them in this box, identical to it. No power is what it said, and I haven't worked on one of these in a little while. Actually, I bought this back in middle of October. It is now middle of December. That's how long it's been sitting here waiting to be worked on. And I have at least 6 more of these, I think, to fix. So I need to get a move on. But let's plug this in. This is supposed to be a no power. And again, I don't know why I would lie about that. Let's see if she has no power. No power. Well, okay. Let's get the covers off. See if it's the power supply. I do have a spare supply. I did finally buy a spare one, so I do have one to throw in there and to quickly eliminate that. So let me get some covers off and see what we find. We're going to find a lot of dirt, I'm pretty sure, just looking back here at these connectors. Look down in those USB connectors. Much dirt. But she does look to be sealed, so bonus. All right, let me get into it. All right, I got the covers off, but this thing has had some abuse because several parts came falling out of there. The sync button is busted off. I could have done that, but I don't think so. Several pieces of plastic. I think this is the retainer nut for the hard drive or the Blu-ray. One or the other. It's just snapped off, looks like. And some broken plastic posts. So yeah, she's had a hard life. Alright, I've got the hard drive thrown to one side and the power supply thrown to the other. And AC power in. If I'm not mistaken, we should have 12 volts on this inductor right here. And I see nothing. So a dead supply. Let me grab another supply. Is it going to be that simple? Alright, well, I have this supply that was sitting on my bench with a question mark on it. So yeah, that's not a sure thing. Let's see if we can get some power. Do we have anything now? We do. 1197. So our supply was dead. Let me turn on a monitor. She may be going to come alive here in a second. I hadn't even bothered hooking up the HDMI or anything. Okay. Well, I heard the hard drive unpark the heads. The fan is spinning. She's still quite nasty. I see video. It's trying. Yeah, the hard drive is definitely accessing. How long does this take? We're still on. White light. I think it may be accessing the Blu-ray. Anything in there? Yeah, there's a disc in there. Madden 21. So, do we have a video problem as well? Or maybe we have corrupt software on the hard drive? Because I know these things are kind of finicky. You know, if something doesn't come up right on the hard drive, it doesn't want to start up. And you won't get video. I mean, it just looks dirty down in here. I don't see any corrosion on this one. No video though. Unsupported mode. Well, you don't suppose this thing could be trying to put out 4K, do you? And my poor little cheap monitor is throwing up. That's a possibility. I wonder if it wouldn't it auto detect though, and okay. Let me figure out how to make this thing come up in like safe mode or something, because I'm just not that familiar with it. All right, I brought this Xbox inside just to check to see if it was putting out 4K, and the only 4K monitor I had is this one inside in my living room. But yeah, she's putting out video just fine. So yeah, I'm guessing it's just the whatever resolution it's putting out. You know, the monitor out there in the garage couldn't handle it. So maybe we just have a power supply problem to fix. That'd be nice. All right, we are ready to take a look at this power supply. And this would be like only the second time I've ever opened one of these supplies. And I already don't remember if there's any screws involved. Okay, I'm gonna fight with this off camera. I'll bring you back. All right, finally. Like I said, this is like only the second one I think I've ever opened. Okay, there's a fuse over here. Let's just get this bottom shield off. Yikes. Got molten solder on the tip of my finger. Okay. I believe our fuse is good. Where is our fuse? Right there. Yep. See a couple of opto isolators, some MOSFETs, this looks like a diode of some kind. This must be a MOSFET. Nothing. I did not check to see if there was any voltage across this capacitor. I probably should have. That's how you get bit. 3.6 volts. I'll put it where you can kind of see it here. So there's not a lot on the back side of this thing, or the bottom side, whatever you want to call it. A bunch of passives, resistors, capacitors, diodes, optocouplers. Here's a transistor or two over here. Yeah. I see an IC on this side, right in here, that U601. I guess that's the controller. Let me see if we can get a part number off of that thing. Kind of forgot to get my microscope ready here. What is that? CP034WD, which sounds like a very proprietary number. CP034WD. Well, I wasn't able to find any information on that IC because I'm sure it's very proprietary. So I just had to kind of go it alone. Started following the AC from the connector through the fuse, and what I've found so far is I'm in continuity mode. I'll put the meter where you can see it here. Here's your AC in. You go through a fuse. Fuse is good. Then you go through, there's a capacitor across it. And then there's an MOV, looks like across it. And then we go through what would be a common mode choke, what it looks like. And I'm not getting a reading through either side of it. So I'm not sure if that's a common problem or what, but neither side of this common mode choke is passing current. There's no conductivity. Because I'm pretty sure what should happen is this AC line should end up over here on the bridge rectifier, and this one should end up over here on the bridge rectifier, which is right in there. And neither one of them, neither side of it, neither half of it is conducting. That's very odd. Let's see if I can get that thing out and get a better look at it. As I'm desoldering these pins, this one is just wiggling. Well, now they don't want to wiggle. I wonder if that will come out now. The coil is wiggling and the pin is not, so I think I'm going to guess this is going to be a common problem with these things. Yeah, it looks like the input side here is still secure. If you can see, if I wiggle it, those pins wiggle. But the output side, the side going onto the bridge, is not moving. Of course, it may still have a little bit of solder on it. See if it'll pop out of there now. Oh, you know what? There's some glue adhesive back here holding it. Won't let it come out. So I'm gonna need to cut that carefully, and hopefully cut only that. Okay, I think I got it. Alright, you gonna come out now? Almost. Nope, something still got it. Oop, and it went in the floor, of course. Let me find it. I did not want it to go in the floor. Oh, there it is. I thought it had disappeared. Okay. So, yep, we have a couple of legs broken. I'm not sure how well that shows up. Let's put it under the microscope, shall we? All right. Let's see what we can see here. So this one pin is bent here is because I dropped it in the floor. But these other two are just look like breaks from fatigue. You know, but it was secured, it was glued where it couldn't vibrate or move a lot. You know, as you can see, it's even glued here. Glued to the PC board here. Glued to a support strut in here. So yeah, this is actually, it's not really a leg, you might say, a component leg. It's the end of the wire, just run through and tinned. So what I need to do is either solder a wire to this, either that or I take a winding off and stick it through there. I don't think one winding would make a difference. Let me turn that fan off. What's the best way of doing this? All right, so as you saw, I decided to just take a winding off each side, which I know is going to kill the common mode rejection ratio of that coil, but I don't care. I just need it to pass some current. So we are ready to test this supply. I've got my meter hooked up to these to the 12 volt output, and maybe I'll just bring it up slowly. AC on. Bring it up here slowly. There we go. Had to get up to about, I'd say 70, 80 volts before it would kick off. But we're running. All right then. Let's see if we can get this back out there and maybe test this supply in the chassis. But I'm pretty sure that was the only problem. All right, we are back out in the garage and ready to test our repaired power supply. But if you remember, we can't get video because this thing seems to be set to 4K mode. So we're going to have to, I'm hoping hold down power and eject gets us to safe mode. Or maybe we can get to a 640 by 480 resolution that my monitor can handle. Let's see how this works. Got to press and hold it. All right, there was a second beep. There we go. It worked. Okay, I was getting conflicting information. Some people were saying hold down eject and the sync or bind button and then press power and hold it. And I finally ran across a posting where someone said just hold down eject and power for 10 seconds. So there we are. Looks like our supply is going to be working well. I've got a little more cleanup to do on this one. I can either the sync button or bind button is busted on. I need to replace that. So I'll either change the whole thing out, or I've got to get some buttons ordered. I need to have those. Those seem to get popped, busted off pretty easily. I guess when people take them apart, I may have broken it taking it apart, but I don't think so. It's possible though. Well, anyway, that was a reasonably simple repair, just fixing that common mode choke inside that power supply. And I'm just wondering how common that is. No pun intended. But if you enjoyed that one, I thought it was educational and interesting. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. And I will see you in the very next repair. So long for now.